Channel Japan.
Welcome to Channel Japan. I'm Maki Arai.
I'm Yasu Ota.
Every week, we bring you the freshest information out of Japan right here from our studio in Tokyo. From the economy to culture and even food. If you want to know what's happening in Japan, this is where you'll find it. First up is Channel Japan Ranking, in which we rank the hottest products and services in the country. Today, we'll be featuring this, Hello Kitty and other popular characters from Sanrio.
As you may know, Sanrio characters are as popular as Disney characters in Japan and have a lot of fans overseas as well. I'm sure some of our viewers are familiar with them.
So, which are the most popular characters? Have a look.
Channel Japan Ranking.
キティちゃんだ、しもキティちゃんだ、とりあえず大好きです。
まみろちゃんが好きです。だからもうピンクで。ピンクで。じゃあ何も。
The accessories they have on. And the stuffed dolls. And even the costumes are all based on characters of Sanrio. Sanrio was founded in Japan in 1960, and since then they have created over 450 different characters. The sale of character-related goods is one of their biggest businesses. Last year, total sales exceeded $800 million. Their popularity isn't limited to Japan. Some overseas celebrities are known to be fans as well. There's one place where you can meet some of the big-name Sanrio characters, a theme park called Sanrio Puroland in Tokyo.
私たちの後ろにあるのがサンリオピューロランドです。楽しみだね。早く行ってみたいね。行ってみようか。行ってみよう。
Our reporters this time are two avid fans of Sanrio, Miki and Anri. They head inside.
すごい。お城になってるね。なんかもうすごいこの中がメルヘンだね。本当に。ちょっとワクワクしちゃうね。ワクワクする。
The fairy tale-like and cute world of Sanrio Puroland has 4 floors with numerous eateries and gift shops. Over 1 million people are said to come here every year. Suddenly appearing in front of them are
あー、キスキだ。いやー、初めまして、かわいい。かわいいね。ちっちゃい時から大好き。そう、私も昔から。嬉しいね。
such characters can be found throughout the facility and are hard to miss as you walk around. So this time, we'll bring you a ranking of the most popular characters based on an internet survey carried out by Sanrio. At number 7, Kero Kero Keroppi. This character was created in 1988 with the aim of encouraging children to enjoy rainy days. That's why it's a frog. Kero Kero is the Japanese onomatopoeia for the sound of frogs croaking. Anri and Miki decide to have a look at this room. It's called the Fairy Tale Workshop. Here, visitors can make original Keroppi stickers. They're perfect for the window or refrigerator. They decide to give it a try.
楽しみ。ね、やろうやろう。
First, they buy a plate with a drawing of Keroppi. Then, using the paint on the table, they add colors.
細かいところはこうやって爪楊枝で。結構この辺はバーッと塗っちゃって、なんか真剣に作っちゃうね。うん、真剣に作って。
Once that's done,
できました。できました。
it's heated for 10 minutes. And cooled with water. Peel off keroppi from the plate and dry it. And it's done!
かわいいね。
すごいね、すぐ簡単できるんだね。
すぐにできるんだね。
You can also make original stickers of other Sanrio characters. At number 6. Jewel Pet. Jewel pets are animal characters with jewels for eyes. There are 40 different types. There's a shop selling all kinds of jewel pet goods.
すごい。ピンクだね。もうピンクになってる。かわいい。
キラキラしてるね。
キラキラしてる。
From floor to ceiling, the store is colored in pink. There are about 800 different items on sale. Jewel Pet is said to be especially popular among elementary and junior high school students. So there's a big selection of stationery.
鉛筆の種類とかもすごいたくさんある。
本当だね。これ懐かしくない？
懐かしい。
よく使ってたよね。
使ってたね。
あー、ここに鉛筆を入れて。
そうだね。
すごい懐かしい。
This is a popular pencil case.
かわいいね。
これだったら全部一緒に揃えたくなっちゃうね。
そうだね。
What's more, there's a regular event that's said to be irresistible for any Jewel Pet fan.
すごい。ジュールペットがショーしてます。
Here, they stage a Jewel Pet dance show every day, allowing visitors to see their favorite characters up close. And for about $6, the children can actually be part of the show.
ジュールペットのショー楽しかったですか？
楽しかった。
一緒に踊ったもんね、たくさん。
At number 5. Pom Pom Pudding. This character is made to resemble a dog. Its trademark brown beret is said to resemble pudding, hence its name.
マルマルしてて可愛いね。
そう、丸々してるの。お腹の周りとかすごい。恥ずかしい、恥ずかしい。ごめんね、違うよ。可愛いんだよ。
Pom Pom Pudding is apparently a big eater and sleeper. That's why it has a round shape. They say many people find him therapeutic. At number 4. Cinnamoroll. This character was created in 2001 and resembles a white dog. Its nickname is Cinnamon. The cute design and the popularity of cinnamon rolls in Japan at the time turned him into a big star. Many of his fans are said to be women. To get the full experience, visitors can come here, the Cinnamon Dream Cafe. They serve a variety of original dishes that all have a cinnamon theme. So Anri and Miki decide to have a taste.
私はホットサンドにした。
ホットサンド可愛い。
シナモンがね、ここに書いてある。
私はシナモンロールにしました。
美味しそう。
So, how is it?
本当に外はサクサクなんだけど、中はふわっとしてて、ハムとチーズが入ってて、チーズもとろけてて本当に美味しい。どう？
口に入れた瞬間にシナモンの香りがふわってして、結構見た目は甘いのかなと思うんですけど、甘さ控えめで、このパンとすごいシナモンのソースが一緒にマッチしててすごく美味しいです。
This cafe also serves dishes that are based on various other Sanrio characters. At number 3. Little Twin Stars. Little Twin Stars are a pair of twins with the boy named Kiki and the girl Rara. Goods of these characters can be found at this store.
すご はちょっと大人っぽい感じ
そうだ
かな。
ね。
調理器具もあるし、
お鍋まである。
あ、本当だ、かわいい。リトルツインスターズって書いてある。
書いてあるね
かわいい。
Little Twin Stars was created in 1975 and is one of Sanrio's longest-selling characters. That's why they also have a wide selection of kitchen goods targeting mothers who grew up with these characters.
じゃーん。着てみました。どうですか？
This apron is said to be popular among customers.
似合ってる。
やってる、すごい
なんか料理ができそうだもん。
本当に、このリボンもすごいかわいいね。
They also have rusk biscuits, which are toasted bread covered in sugar. The store says they sell 10,000 of them every day.
思ったよりも甘さ控えめで、口に入れた瞬間にバターの香りがバーって広がって、すっごい美味しいです。これ何杯でも食べれそう。
ね、もうお土産に最適だね。
At number 2, My Melody. This character was created in 1975 and resembles a rabbit. The pink head scarf is her trademark. Although it came in at number 2 this time, it held the title of the most popular character for 2 years in a row. Henri and Mickey arrive at a place where they say you can get up close and personal with My Melody. If you make a reservation over the internet, a staff member will hand you a flower at the entrance.
じゃあこれをね、
バニラちゃんに渡しに行きます。
And in exchange for the flower, My Melody will give you a present.
かわいい。お花どうぞ。はい。お返しありがとう。かわいい。かわいいぬいぐるみもらいました。
This gift exchange event isn't held regularly. Information on availability is posted on their website. Finally, we unveil the number 1 character. But before that,
本当に楽しいよね。
we'll introduce you to a big event that's held at Sanrio Puroland. The two head to a massive hall packed with people. It's dark inside. What's about to happen?
これからサンリオのキャラクターのショーが始まります。
ね、すごい人ですね。
とっても楽しみです。
Suddenly, music starts playing. Appearing in front of the crowd is
キティちゃんが降りてきた。キラキラしてる。
it's Hello Kitty. Here, visitors can see Hello Kitty. Kero Kero Keroppi. Little Twin Stars. Cinnamon Roll and other top Sanrio characters. In the middle of the show, there's even an acrobatic performance. And the climax,
キティちゃん。
showered with light, the characters parade through the hall, and the show comes to a roaring close.
感動した。でも
夢の国に行ったみたいだったね。
And finally, we unveil Sanrio's number 1 character. At number 1, Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty was created in 1974 and is Sanrio's oldest character. It is made to resemble a cat. She is said to live in London, England, and is the height of 5 apples stacked together, and weighs the same as 3 apples. Hello Kitty goods are now sold in 100 countries around the world. There are said to be over 50,000 varieties. There's one place that Hello Kitty fans flock to: Kitty's house. Because so many people want to see it, fans sometimes have to line up for over 30 minutes. Our reporters head inside. As the name suggests, the furniture and accessories inside Kitty's house all have Hello Kitty designs. And further on, the chairs, sofa, clock, and lights are all Hello Kitty. And in front of them appears... It's the owner, Hello Kitty. Visitors can even take a photograph together with her. And finally, Mickey and Henri arrive at the #1 attraction here, the boat ride. On the 300-meter-long boat ride, you can meet all of Sanrio's top characters, including Pom Pom Purin, Little Twin Stars, and Hello Kitty. And those were the most popular Sanrio characters, brought to you from the home base of Sanrio Pure-Land.
So, Ota-san, we saw quite a lot of different Sanrio characters in the video. I used to love Kero Kero Keroppi,
That one?
the one that ranked in the 7th place. I used to have a pen case. I used it for like 5 years.
That's great.
How about you?
Well, I like Kitty, of course, and my daughter loves it. So
Very popular.
right.
Well, the interesting thing is that Sanrio characters are now being used by a number of Japanese companies to market their products.
That's right. Sanrio has a quite big licensing business. If you look over here, this is a breakdown of sales at Sanrio in the year ended March 2012. Their sales overseas were about $313 million, and in Japan, over $402 million. Domestically, they have 3 main businesses, and licensing is the second biggest after product sales.
Well, actually, I'm not very surprised because I see Hello Kitty in so many different places in Japan.
You're right, but it's not just Japan. I want to show you something. This airplane with Hello Kitty.
The carrot on the
That's right.
hamburger is even shaped
Exactly.
like Hello Kitty.
It's called Hello Kitty Jet. And it was launched by Taiwan's EVA Airways in 2011 to mark its 20th anniversary. And there are currently 5 of these planes flying on routes connecting Japan and Taipei.
Well, I'm sure they're very popular, especially among families with small children.
Children, so very glad with that.
Yes.
And other characters have also been adopted by airlines in their marketing campaigns. For example, this Pokemon jet operated by ANA. As you know, the Pokemon is quite popular overseas as well.
Yes. Well, I'm sure we'll be seeing characters pop up in many more places in the future. After the break, we'll be showing you a popular Japanese documentary program. Stay tuned.
Just a map and a heart full of courage. Our founders started out with little, but they dared to dream big. Today, our reach is global and our resources extensive. But we still have our eyes on the horizon. With courage, reaching out to the world. Mitsui & Company.
We've just added a new power shovel, and it's great.
Really? Who makes it?
Kobelco.
Kobelco? Never heard of it.
It's Japanese. And let me tell you, its fuel efficiency is incredible.
Oh.
Kobelco's power shovel delivers more while consuming less. Just like my sweetie.
Don't say that.
And powerful too.
The talk of the world. Kobelco.
Traditional.
Consistent.
Precise.
Speedy.
Professional. Innovative.
Polite. Quality from Japan. The best of business in Asia. SMBC. Sumitomo Mitsui Banking Corporation.
How do we build sustainability into our relationship with Mother Earth? That's Kaiteki, Mitsubishi Chemical Holdings.
Mitsubishi Electric is helping to change the environment for the better around the world.
Green subway systems in India.
Green air conditioning systems in Singapore.
Eco changes for a greener tomorrow. Mitsubishi Electric.
Asia, the engine of the global economy. Japan, a regional powerhouse. And now, direct from Japan, economic news with a global impact in Chinese and English, delivered by Nikkei. Read the future, lead the economy. Nikkei, Japan's leading media for business.
The search is on to discover the next creative master of Asia. Japan's leading TV and radio network, TBS, brings to you the Digicon 6 Awards, giving visual artists in Asia an opportunity to create their dreams. Whether it's a short drama, animation, or music video, if it's yours, you may be the next winner of the Digicon 6 Grand Prize. For more details, check out digicon6.com. It's time to create your dreams.
You're watching Channel Japan. In our next segment, we introduce popular Japanese documentary programs. Today, it's an episode from Japanese Dream by TBS. It's about a new harness that allows mountain rescue teams to get people to safety as quickly as possible.
That's right. The harness is one of the tools used by mountain rescue teams to evacuate injured people.
Well, this time we put the spotlight on a mountain rescuer who developed a new type of harness to save as many lives as possible. Take a look.
Mountains covered in the crimson colors of autumn. This spectacular sight of the season's foliage draws mountain climbers from across Japan every year. Overshadowing this popular leisure activity is the record rise in the number of injuries and deaths. To save lives, that fervent desire has given birth to this rescue harness. A revolutionary tool, it is said to be beneficial for both the rescuer and the rescued, and allows everyone to quickly evacuate to safety.
無駄な力がいらなくて、運びやすい。土砂降りで足がつるつる滑るとこだったんですけども、安定して歩きやすかったと思います。
The developer is a top Japanese mountain rescue expert, Mitsuhiro Taniguchi. On this day, Mr. Taniguchi heads to Mount Shakujo, popular with rock climbers. A woman in her 40s has apparently slipped and fallen on this 2,000-meter high rocky mountain. Mr. Taniguchi locates the rest of her group. But they are separated by a steep drop, too difficult to reach by helicopter. We follow him as he attempts a daring rescue mission.
I have a dream.
It's been 2 hours since the reports came in. Mr. Taniguchi decides to turn back to reassess his options. The risk of the helicopter rotors coming in contact with the cliff face makes this method unfeasible.
時間だけの問題ですね。
The helicopter can only fly until sunset. With the woman requiring immediate hospital care, there's no time to lose. Mr. Taniguchi makes a decision. First, they'll fly the helicopter as close as possible to the site. Some team members will drop down to start the rescue. Then they'll carry the injured on their backs and climb down. The plan is to minimize the time it takes for the rescue. In just 2 hours, the helicopter won't be able to take off. With the sun setting, they have only one chance. Will the rescue succeed? On site, the injured woman has been carried down to an open space. Then Mr. Taniguchi takes out the rescue harness. When time is of essence, it can be quickly fitted onto the injured by connecting only a couple of sections. The helicopter arrives. A wire is lowered and attached to the rescue harness. It takes just 10 seconds. She's carried as if in a hammock, which keeps her stable while being pulled up. The rescue succeeds.
足と腰を怪我しとるんですが、命には別状ないですし、もう1時間も経ったらもう全然ダメやでね。助かりました。
The rescue harness, developed by Mr. Taniguchi, has become a lifeline for many people. He frequently receives mail from those he rescued.
8月24日に助けていただいてから6ヶ月以上かかりましたが、なんとか職場に戻ることができそうですってなことで、滑落してなんとか治療に専念しておりますなんて書いてあると、僕らも嬉しいですね。
To save as many lives as possible. That is Mr. Taniguchi's fervent wish. But there are lives he has been unable to save. Mountaineers losing their life on a mountain. The irony of it breaks his heart.
こういうのが一件でも少なくなるように僕らも頑張りますというようなことをお伝えするだけです。
His mission to save lives is what gave birth to the rescue harness. Putting it on is extremely simple. The arms of the injured are put through the loops. Then 3 sections between the legs and under both arms are connected with a rope. Mr. Taniguchi focused on 3 points. First, to reduce the space between the injured and the rescuer, so that the injured can be carried stably down steep slopes. Second,
背負うのが簡単ってことで、普通のザックと同じように肩さえ通せば背負えるってことで。
When carrying a person, the rescuers alternate every 10 minutes. Being able to remove the harness easily allows them to work quickly. And the third point,
ヘリへ吊り下げる場合はフックをかければそのまま上げれるってことで
by attaching this piece to a wire lowered from the helicopter, a person can be smoothly pulled up. To rescue people without delay, the rescue harness developed by Mr. Taniguchi has saved the lives of 150 people so far. Calls for help come at all hours. On this day, he gets a request at 7 in the evening.
岩で落ちたような感じがするのでってことで
30 minutes up a mountain road, their car is unable to go any further. The injured person is about an hour's climb by foot on this steep path. It's already 8 in the evening.
明日天気悪そうですし、なんか割と全身打撲とか骨折とかで動けないってことで、まあ今日やらんとまあ危険ってことで今日行きます。
In the darkness, they climb the mountain path toward the site. One wrong step and they could fall into the ravine. After about an hour, they finally reach the injured person. The man is in his 30s. He fell at around 11 in the morning and was found by another mountain climber who called for help. The man will be carried in Mr. Taniguchi's rescue harness. Mr. Taniguchi's instructions echo in the darkness.
おいここ滑るぞ。おいダンサーでかいぞ。おい登り屋で引いてくれよここ。こっち当てんようにこれいっぱいいっぱいできてここ。
He wants to carry the man to safety as quickly as possible. It takes 3 hours over the rough terrain. Finally, they're able to reach the ambulance that's waiting. This day marks the 41st rescue of 2012. Mr. Taniguchi has saved another life. Many people have been rescued by Mr. Taniguchi. What do they think of his efforts?
2002年の8月24日に救助していただいた谷口です。その節は本当に皆さんにお世話になりました。足もですね、普通の生活ができる程度には十分回復しましたし、好きな山登りも、低い山でしたら、いつでも行けるぐらいの楽しみ方をしてます。もうあの時はヘリも飛ばないということで、少し心配だったんですけども、もう10名以上の方が駆けつけていただいて、本当に文字通りのリレー搬送で何時間もかけて私の命を助けていただきました。本当にありがとうございました。
いやこうなんていうかありがたいですね。こう言っていただけるとすごいやってよかったなっていう気持ちでいっぱいです。作れば自分たちでもっといいものができていくというのが分かりましたので、これはあらゆるこのレスキューハーネスだけでなしに他の道具なんかもいろいろ自分たちでちょっとずつ改良したり作っていけばもっともっといいのが出てくるんじゃないかなと思います。
So, Ota-san, the harness that we just saw is said to be advantageous for both the rescuer and the person being rescued, and it develops hope of speeding up rescue work seems possible with this.
I agree. Mountain climbing is something that a lot of people are starting to do, and in recent years we are seeing more overseas tourists who go mountain climbing here in Japan, and there have been several cases in which they've been involved in accidents.
I'm sure that a lot of people from abroad have the image of Mount Fuji when they think of mountains in Japan. And because it's a major tourist destination, the Shizuoka Prefectural Police Department, which oversees the area around Mount Fuji, provides notices in various languages such as English, Chinese, Korean, Portuguese, and Spanish to embassies and consulates warning of the potential dangers. And this one is the notice in English. And the main points are: make a reasonable plan and know your physical condition, climb Mount Fuji in groups, carry a mobile phone, check the weather forecast, carry a light source if going on a full day climb. And they also advise people who want to climb Mount Fuji to go between the beginning of July and the end of August, and to refrain from doing so from the beginning of September to July.
These are all very important points to keep in mind. I hope if any of our viewers are planning to take a trip up Mount Fuji, they make sure to prepare well and take precautions.
After the break, we'll be showing you an episode from a popular economics program. Don't go away.
A habitat for many species threatened by extinction, it also protects local communities from cyclones and mudslides. By protecting nature, we help protect a way of life.
Panasonic is active in tree planting and many other environmental initiatives worldwide. Panasonic, ideas for life.
The Norin Chukin Bank has a mission to fulfill. We are committed to the advancement of agriculture, fisheries, and forestry in Japan. Backing the network of our people and communities to help and support one another is a source of pride for us. This is our style of banking. We're banking on trusted networks. The Norin Chukin Bank.
Changing emissions from copper refineries into fertilizer. That is where Sumitomo Chemical got its start. For 100 years, we've been delivering the power of chemistry around the world. And we will continue to help make the world a better place for the next 100 years and more.
For performance without precedent, technology meeting the challenge to be better. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries is a leader in aviation technology. Technology that gave birth to the hollow-head engine valve with enhanced cooling characteristics. It's a quantum leap for automobile engine. Our technologies, your tomorrow. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries.
Suzuki Way of Life. Asia, the engine of the global economy. The pulse of the region at your fingertips with unique insights from Nikkei. With Nikkei Asian Review, stay up to date on the latest economic trends anywhere in the world. Read the future, lead the economy. Nikkei, Japan's leading media for business.
The search is on to discover the next creative master of Asia. Japan's leading TV and radio network, TBS, brings to you the Digicon 6 Awards. Giving visual artists in Asia an opportunity to create their dreams. Whether it's a short drama, animation, or music video, if it's yours, you may be the next winner of the Digicon 6 Grand Prize. For more details, check out digicon6.com. It's time to create your dreams.
You're watching Channel Japan. Next, we introduce you to a popular Japanese economics program. Today, it's from Gachiri Monday by TBS. The topic is a popular food called nikuman and amman. Nikuman are buns made from wheat flour filled with a mixture of pork and vegetables. And amman are buns filled with a sweet paste made of red azuki beans. One of the biggest makers of these products in Japan is Imuraya, and we find out why they have become so popular.
That's right. There are three major companies that sell nikuman and amman in Japan: Yamazaki, Nakamuraya, and Imuraya. And Imuraya was originally a traditional Japanese snack maker established in 1896. And the company that we know as Imuraya today was started in 1947. In the fiscal year ended in March 2012, they posted sales of over $350 million.
Well, let's take a look.
Today in Gachiri Monday. In Japan, the name Imuraya often conjures up images of
Nikuman.
The company is known for its nikuman and azuki bars. They generate big sales. So when did they start making these products? And why nikuman and azuki bars? It's all a bit of a mystery. So this time we visit this renowned company to unveil their money-making strategies. Imuraya is headquartered in Tsu City, Mie Prefecture. They're a food maker famous for nikuman and azuki bars and boast annual sales of over $350 million. How did the company get its start in the first place? We asked the managing director, Ms. Nakajima.
もともとは小豆を使った和菓子のメーカーなんです。
So, Imuraya was originally a traditional Japanese snack maker. In 1896, the founder, Wazo Imura, began making and selling a sweet, jellied azuki paste. So how did a traditional Japanese snack maker end up making nikuman and azuki bars? The reason was a certain product they started making.
アイスキャンデーを実は作ってたんです。
That was in 1947. A new business was launched to make popsicles, something no other company was doing at the time. They sold milk and strawberry-flavored popsicles through retailers nationwide. Imuraya even distributed ice cases to keep the products frozen. They became a hit and sales kept growing. But there was one big problem.
冬になるとそこが開くんですよね。夏はアイスクリームのためにケースがあっても冬になるとアイスクリームって売れませんよね。
The ice cases took up space and were seen as a nuisance by shops. Was there some other way they could be used? Their answer: products derived from their experience as a traditional Japanese snack maker. Nikuman and sweet bean paste buns called anman. Made in their factory and frozen, they were put in ice cases and heated before being sold. This style of food preparation became a nationwide hit. And in no time at all, Imuraya's nikuman and anman became the snack of choice. However, in the mid-1960s, major food makers crowded into the popsicle market. Imuraya was just a minnow in Mie Prefecture. They felt they had no chance against the big boys by selling the same products. So, they returned to their traditional snack roots and decided to make popsicles using red beans, their specialty. And in 1973, they launched a product called Azuki Ice. The taste of real azuki beans, something no other company could copy. It became a big hit. And that's how Imuraya's two long-selling money-making products were born. They now sell 250 million Azuki bars every year. The secret to its popularity is, of course, the taste of Azuki beans. That's only possible because of the company's decades-long expertise in processing Azuki beans. So how exactly do they get that particular taste? We were allowed to see the actual production process. We first arrive at this building.
小豆の選別を行っている作業所がございます。一粒一粒選別をしております。
The first and one of the most important steps is bean selection. If the beans aren't the same size, shape, and color when boiled, the quality of the products will differ. That's why the beans have to be hand-picked individually. But Imuraya uses about 100 million beans every day. Enter the fully automatic sorting machine. First, the different-sized beans are put through a sieve. Those that are 4.5 millimeters in diameter or bigger are collected. Next, they use this highly sophisticated machine. It instantly separates the beans based on color and shape. When opened, inside there's a stream of beans. So how does it actually work? The fast-flowing beans are checked one by cameras on the top and bottom. When an irregular bean is detected, a device further on shoots a burst of air to blow it off the line. Side by side, the difference between the selected and rejected beans is clear. The selected uniform beans move on to the main event of the Azuki bar making process, a step called stewing. But this is a top secret. We plead with them to show us. So Mr. Kitagawa, a 38-year veteran of Azuki bean stewing, allows us to see just some of the techniques that go into this process. The main feature of Imuraya's stewing method is that they make the paste and beans at the same time in one cauldron. This is said to be extremely difficult. The reason is, if stewed too much, the beans end up becoming paste. If stewed too little, there are too many whole beans left. To get just the right balance between the paste and beans, they need to fine-tune the cooking time and mix the contents in a certain way. Most importantly is the timing of adding sugar. Mistakes are not allowed. The reason?
砂糖を一旦入れてしまいますと、硬い豆っていうのはもう煮えないんですよ。もうこのままの状態でいるんです。
So, depending on when sugar is added, the beans will remain hard or become soft. Mr. Kitagawa pours in the sugar when the beans have the exact hardness that Imuraya demands. So, how does he know?
それが言えないです。これが。
We thought so. Once the stewing is finished, it's on to the final step, cooling.
でこちらがそのバーサーラインと言われてまして。
On the Azuki bar production line, the bean paste is poured into molds one after another and cooled. Here too is a technique that only Imuraya has. When the completed popsicle is split, the beans are evenly spread out, top, bottom, left, or right. There are no sections where the beans are bunched up. This is actually quite a difficult feat to achieve. Typically, the beans will drop to the bottom when being cooled. So how do they prevent that from happening?
温度がですね、非常にもうマイナスに近い状態で充填してまして。
The stewed paste is first put into a giant tank. It's mixed around to prevent the beans from sinking to the bottom while the temperature is being lowered to just above 0 degrees Celsius. The point is to mix as it freezes. Once cool enough, it's poured into the mold. The bottom of the mold is constantly cooled by a liquid that's minus 35 degrees. So once the paste is inserted, it's instantly frozen. That's why the beans are spread out evenly. The process of sorting, stewing, and cooling is a technique that Imuraya has mastered because of its deep understanding of azuki beans. Summer is the peak season for azuki bar sales. And in the winter, their best-selling products are Nikuman and Anman. We arrive at another facility.
こちらが肉まんまんの製造のラインになります。
This is the biggest factory in Japan for these products. On this day, they are running a line for pizza-flavored buns. They'll be using dough, a variety of fillings, and cheese. First, the workers add the ingredients into a machine used to wrap the fillings with the dough. The machine does the rest.
1日で多い時は100万個近く生産することになります。はい。
Imuraya says they sell 200 million of these steamed buns every year. The company is best known for Nikuman and Azuki bars. But they also make a variety of other products. So we have a look at their prototype room, where new money-making products are developed. Divided into several departments, they are constantly working on new products and improving existing ones. There seems to be quite a lot of young people here. That's because they rely on the imagination of young people to come up with new products. Spreading the dough like an expert is Mr. Kawamoto, who is in charge of Anman.
そうですね、もう5年ぐらいやってます。毎日あんこです。
Right now, he's in the middle of
これはちょっと作品でフルーツを使ったあんまんをちょっと考えてまして。
Azuki paste with mandarin oranges, a fruity anman. Once the paste is wrapped with the dough, it's thrown into the steamer. When he opens the lid, it looks puffed up and ready to eat.
そこそこで。
Mr. Kawamoto takes his sample to his second tasting meeting on this day. These meetings are held on an almost daily basis.
食をお願いします。あんこにフルーツを包んだまんじゅうなんですけれども。これは
The tasting begins. The meeting is ended.
なかなかうまくはいかないですけれども、1回で2回では、挑戦あるのみですね。やっぱり。
We hope Mr. Kawamoto will come up with an even better steamed bun in the future.
Well, Ota-san, Imuraya's ability to keep coming up with big hits seems to be because of the creativity of the people who work there.
I agree.
And I am actually a big fan of the Azuki bar.
Oh, ice.
The ice bar. You actually have ice bars only in the summer, but I can have this Azuki bar all year. It's very tasty.
It's cold.
But it's good.
I love Nikuman. Winter particularly. It's hot and it's tasty, so I love it.
Yes, you can easily have 2 or 3 of them.
Well, that's right.
Well, I understand they're also starting to expand overseas.
That's right. Imuraya currently operates 2 subsidiaries in China and 1 in the US. Have a look over here. This is their factory in Beijing, China, where they make a type of sponge cake using eggs, milk, and flour. The product is sold in China, of course, as well as the US. And at their factory in California, they make a variety of traditional Japanese snacks. This is one of them. It's called daifuku, and it's a rice cake filled with red bean paste. They also make ice cream specifically for the US market.
Well, I'm sure traditional Japanese snacks will be appealing to people outside of Japan as well. Well, that's all for this edition of Channel Japan. We have much more in store for you next week, so make sure you tune in.
Traditional.
Consistent.
Precise.
Speedy.
Professional. Innovative.
Polite. Quality from Japan. The best of business in Asia. SMBC. Sumitomo Mitsui Banking Corporation.
Hey, look at this. They're building a huge steel plant with Kobelco technology.
Kobelco? Never heard of it.
It's Japanese. They can make iron with incredible speed. What once took 8 hours can be done in just 10 minutes.
Wow, the Japanese are incredible. The country of karate.
Ha! 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 Karate has nothing to do with it.
True. The talk of the world. Kobelco.
My parents work at a really great company, which makes cool computers and LCD TVs. Not only that, they build elevators for skyscrapers and zooming fast bullet trains. My mom designs the company's CT scan systems, which spot diseases. My dad develops power generation systems so people will have plenty of electricity. The company where my parents work is Toshiba.
Has anybody finished doing their pictures?
I have.
All around the world, Toshiba technology is hard at work, bringing smarter, faster, more sustainable development to life.
When I grow up, I want to work for people.
For a growing future, Toshiba.
How do we build sustainability into our relationship with Mother Earth? That's Kaiteki, Mitsubishi Chemical Holdings.
Channel Japan. Direct from Tokyo to the world, get the latest stories from Japan as they happen on the ground. Business, fashion, culture, and food. Everything you need to know about the hottest trends across the country. Channel Japan.